Hi.
What's good?
Welcome
We're
to
back.
episode number 10
Number 10. We're
of
double
the
digits
Let's
now.
Talk About It podcast.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
This is number 10. We are moving up in life.
We're moving up in life. By the time we're at 100, merch will come out. By then, I'm sure. I'm sure.
By 100, I feel like we wouldn't stutter anymore. There's no awkward silence, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
we've never stuttered and we've never had an awkward silence. That's all I have to say.
Oh yeah.
Don't take what we say seriously, though.
Take
Obviously.
everything serious because obviously
Every
like
word.
there was one episode where I like completely mixed up my words.
Yeah.
And me editing that was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life because
I
it was like and and then I tried to say something and I was like, let's see how we do.
I'm telling you, we got to learn Spanish and just do like an episode in Spanish because English is too hard
a
of a
full
language.
bilingual
Yes.
episode.
A full, even though like I know like a handful of Spanish, and you being Mexican, obviously you know zero Spanish. So
That sentence makes no sense, but it's so true.
it's so true. Well, I think the first thing that we have to address is actually I got a new jersey up. This is the homecoming jersey that we played in.
Oh,
I
that's
just had
beautiful.
to toss it out there. Yes, thank you. Replace the high school jersey I had up there. Second thing we got to bring up. I'm waiting to see that intro, baby. Let's go run it out.
We hit the jackpot this time.
Look at my finger, bro. Holy crap. No way, bro. Oh my god. Bro, what? When did that happen like that? What? Oh my goodness. Spotify, I'm just going to describe my finger. It's broken. Holy crap. I did not realize it was angled like that.
Your finger is now an isosceles triangle.
Literally, man. That is the wrong angle a finger goes.
All right.
Anyways, that's in the video. We already counted down our 3, 2, 1. The weddle.
The weddle.
Messed up fingers or not, we're the best in the world at the weddle. I'm gonna be honest.
This whole episode is so scuffed right now.
No. This is the best episode I've ever seen.
All right.
Let me see the scroll. Stop.
Kyle Allen.
Mm.
Wow. I don't even know what that is. Houston, it's an NFC offensive player.
Kind of short. Let's toss a
short.
running back in there. I'm thinking you
Give
could
me a
toss just
name.
like Aaron Jones. First one off the top of my head.
Aaron Rodgers. It is a running back.
Super. Oh no, he's 5'10", 5'11".
He's 25 years old.
Mm-hmm. That's a weird age for running back, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's like prime.
Yeah.
Speaking of prime, sounds like you have a construction crew over there.
Nah, my roommate's just dumb, and he's gonna give me one of these tasty looking donuts. He's giving me a donut. Pardon his French. Just kidding. We're a family podcast, obviously.
Yeah, this is PG-13. Even though you did say a certain word 3 times.
I'm not gonna say it.
Raspberry.
For Spotify listeners, I said.
Go look at it.
Yeah, just go rewatch.
The episode is called "Ryan Says a Bad Word."
That is what it's called.
He indeed said a bad word.
It's a describer. It's an action word, you know.
Yeah.
I'm still a little stumped on this weather right now.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like delaying the inevitable of having to guess this. I'm gonna be honest.
A running back
The NFC.
who's 25, lower than 33.
Mm-hmm. some decently young running backs.
Yeah.
Well, let's just throw in a running back in the. Which one are you taking?
All right,
I want that sprinkle. Oh my god.
I'm gonna go Miles Sanders.
I like that a lot, actually. Look at my donut.
I can't see it. Oh my god, it was Miles Sanders.
Yeah, I told you I liked it. All right. Now back to the important things. I need my camera to come up because this donut looks busted. That's a donut right there. Got enough sprinkles? Come on.
That looks like a fungus.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I'm enjoying it. All right, let's run up the hard mode. Stop.
JJ Jensen.
Never heard of
long
her.
snapper.
Yeah, that don't help at all. Mm.
Yeah, we don't
We
know,
know it's gonna
if,
take
we
for a
don't know if
punter,
it's
though.
offense or defense.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
It's not special teams.
He's tall though.
Yeah, he is tall. Lineman.
Could be. Or let's toss. I'm thinking like let's go tight end first. You know what I mean?
Okay. Gesicki. He's
Yeah.
6'4".
Yeah. Always tossing Gesicki. I like that.
Mike gets sexy. Offensive player in the NFC. Younger than
So he's 6'5".
26.
He's 6'5" on the money.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Go away.
Hey, bro, it's gonna expire soon. Offensive player. I think we have to toss in a lineman at this point.
Yeah. I was gonna say Quentin Nelson, but it's not. Oh, it is the AFC.
You want to toss in like
Yeah.
Lawan? Because I'm thinking more
Taylor.
tackle right now. Yeah.
Taylor Lewan. He's out for the season. Tackles in the AFC South. Oh, I was gonna say Laramie Tunsil, but he's definitely not younger than 26.
Definitely not. Man, I have not been paying attention to younger linemen.
Yeah, South. I'm gonna toss in Quentin Nelson. Actually, no, because the number wouldn't work. He's in the
He's a guard
50s.
too. He's a guard too.
Oh yeah. The number is in the 50s. Tackles. In the South. Who's in the South? So the Colts. Oh, I'm still thinking Colts. I know
I
they
feel
have.
like- I feel like the Jags have a younger tackle, don't they?
They have Brendan Sheriff, but I think he's a guard too.
Yeah. It's a tough one.
This is not our specialty.
No, it's not. Should I run up the Google machine?
We don't even know what team it is.
I was just gonna type in Jacksonville Jaguars tackles. So I was
I'm
gonna.
gonna throw in Nelson just see if it's a team.
Okay.
No, it's not Indy. He is 6'5". Jacksonville. Brandon Sheriff.
I'm Google
Houston?
machining it. If I'm gonna be honest.
Houston. Yeah, I know. I can hear it. Houston. I'm gonna throw in Tunsil to see if they can get the team.
Yeah.
Wow, it is Jacksonville.
Okay, so I have their tackles here. Juwan Taylor. I think he's the young one. Unless I'm tweaking.
Jawan Taylor.
Yeah.
Dang. That's not
I-
fair.
I knew they had a young tackle though. You know what I mean? Like I said that like as soon as we put Taylor Lewan in there, I was like, I know. I just didn't know his name. Don't know him that well.
Fair.
Someday. So next up, we got the NFL schedule. Week 4 happened.
Yeah.
Decently interesting one. Who's our odds and upsets actually? I never keep track of them because I'm terrible at it.
I actually don't remember either. I
Mm.
think my odds pick was the Packers.
Yeah, yours was. I remember
And I
that.
think my upset pick was great. You can't see the schedule on fantasy. Oh yeah, it was the Dolphins.
Didn't quite get that one if I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hey, you took your first W on Thursday.
So what?
You took your first W on Thursday.
Yes, and I'm so hyped about it because I knew it was gonna happen too.
It was the only thing that we had to sacrifice was our quarterback.
Yeah. T. Higgins, steady the best receiver in the league, if I'm gonna be honest. He has been just performing week after week. Jamar Chase, I said a lot of good things about him. He's the second best receiver on his team.
Yeah, especially this year. He's not playing very well.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably getting a lot more coverage. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
he's when we played them, when T Higgins had his touchdown against X, it was
Mhm.
so funny watching our defensive formation because we had X and T Higgins on the island, and then both of our safeties were on Jamar's side.
Yes, literally, like he's just such a deep threat that you got to give extra safety help. Have
Yeah,
to.
it was. I was so mad. X only gave up that he gave a touchdown because he was like looking. He didn't see the ball until the last second, and then he like
Mhm.
you can see him look back, and he's like, I don't know where it is, and then he like looked. He's like, oh, he tried to swipe it, and then got burned.
I actually got a funny story about that. So I blocked a kick this last week. Super nice. Came off the edge. Wow, blocked it. And like in college, you can like return it for 2 points. You know what I mean?
Uh
On an extra point. And so it hits my arm. Boom. Goes straight up in the air. And you can just see me on film. I'm like,
huh.
I was looking everywhere. Could not find that mug. That was funny. What other games like were interesting to watch for you at least?
So I had to work this day, but I got to get out early. So I
Nice.
came home and I watched NFL Red Zone for the first time. It was the first time I've ever watched NFL Red Zone. And man, let me tell you, it's very hectic.
Yeah, I bet.
Like you're just sitting there. I have my computer here. I flipped it into a tablet, and I'm just like watching it. And it's like you're watching one game, and it just like quickly switches to another, and then I have 3 games on one screen, and then it's like, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know what's happening. But the Ravens gave up another lead. They
Yeah.
blew another lead.
I think the Ravens were they were definitely my upset.
Yeah, I had the Ravens winning that game too. I definitely thought they were winning that game.
It was a close game. They were
Yeah.
beating them down pretty good, and then Josh Allen just said, "Nah, here
Nah,
it is."
I'm him.
hmm They got a special player who I'm gonna talk about later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But super good game. I got to watch the end of it. Like I'm telling you, so entertaining. Watching Josh Allen just pick apart a good defense. Like he wasn't throwing like some crazy deep strikes or nothing, but it was just like play after play. It was like good pass, get up the field, get yards. It was really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Um,
Another game, the London game,
Mm.
Saints double
Crazy
doink
ending.
came back.
Yeah.
Will Lutz.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
eat
wish
your
that game would have gone to OT because I think it would have been fun to watch.
Yeah, eat your infected donut.
It's so good. Look at it. It's just the tastiest thing ever. There's like
has
the
legs
texture
now.
of the sprinkles, man. The texture of the sprinkles just really bumps it up for me.
There's so many.
Um,
Jags Eagles.
Eagles pulled it out. Expected that, but the Jags played well.
We
Trevor
both
Lawrence.
expected.
Mhm.
He fumbled 3 times.
Yeah, he definitely didn't put up his best effort or his best performance.
Yeah, they went up 14-0
Mhm.
right away. And I was like, right, they had a pick 6 off of Hurts. And I was at work and I looked at the box score and it said 14-0. I was like, oh no. and then it was just touchdown. And I was like, they
Literally.
had 3 different rushing touchdowns by 3 different players. Kenneth Gainwell, Miles Sanders, and Jalen Hurts all got a rushing touchdown.
Whatever wins you the game, if I'm going to be honest.
Pretty much.
Other than that, games weren't really crazy. The Packers game was way too close. If I'm going to be honest, I was watching it and I was just like, this is embarrassing. This is not the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, he just is not syncing with his receivers right now.
I was going to mention that. I was going to be like, so what does that say for the Packers to go third string quarterback?
Yes. I think mostly, in my opinion, what it says is we have like a big defensive inconsistency for one, and for two, our ability to move the ball, abysmal.
Yeah.
Like just garbage, like easy situations, we just can't get out of it. You know what I mean? Like a 2nd and 5 it'll end up being like a 3rd and 10 and then or a 4th and 10 and we'll punt it. Like
a lot of 3rd outs.
Yes, so many of them. Thank goodness we got a good punter though.
Yeah.
He's been booting it.
That Lions Seahawks game.
I didn't get to watch it.
Oh my God, there were so many points.
Yeah, dang.
It was like 90. Those two teams.
Yeah,
Scorigami too. You love Scorigami.
right.
That was just insane. I saw a thing where it said, huh?
Go ahead.
I saw a thing where it said the Lions have like one of the best like yards per game offense,
Yeah.
but they have the worst defense in the league.
You know something else I saw? So they have 140 points scored through the whole season, which leads the NFL by like 20 points. But then their defense has let up 141 points, which leads the NFL by like 30 points. Crazy.
If they fix that defense, that's a Super Bowl team, man.
Literally. If you look at the stats for this game, it's crazy. Geno Smith, 320 and 2 touchdowns. Rashad Penny, 151 and 2 touchdowns. And then you look at the Lions side. Jared Goff went off, 378 and 4. What? Jamal Williams, 2 touchdowns with 108? Come on.
TJ Hawkinson had 8 receptions, 179, 2 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy. Nice to see him finally thrown up. Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's who you have to go to if Amon-Ra isn't there.
Yeah.
Your number one receiver, you're going to have to pull out the tight end.
Do you know what's insane, though? Fantasy, okay?
Yeah.
I was currently 1-2 coming into this week, and I played Devin, who was 1-2 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Me saying I beat Devin is an understatement. I absolutely dogged him. I won by 70.
Dang.
It's because I had Miles Sanders, Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, and TJ Hawkinson on the same team.
Bro, that is too much. That alone right there wins any game.
He had Terry McLaurin, Amari Cooper, Logan Thomas. The Rams defense had 0. His highest scorer was Derrick Henry, had 24.
That's crazy.
I dogged him. Sorry, Devin, but that was just
shout out Devin for being bad at fantasy.
Yeah, pretty much. He's not even the worst person in our league. Someone's 0-4.
Dang. They're just hoping for that first round pick next year.
Yeah, shout out Jason. I play him this week.
So let's go O&D player of the week. I want to hear your offense first because I'm curious. There's a lot of good options this week.
Yes, there are a lot. And
Let me hear it.
I am very I'm struggling to pick one. I think I have one. There's 3 options here. I think I can either go TJ Hawkinson, as we mentioned, Rashard Penny, as we also mentioned, and Miles Sanders.
Which we also mentioned.
I think I'm gonna go TJ Hawkinson.
I like that a lot.
I'm gonna go TJ Hawkinson. 8 receptions, 179 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he hasn't been playing a lot, or hasn't been playing well this whole year. This is obviously his best game of his career, probably.
100%.
Last week he had a touchdown, but this week he just doubled every single stat he had last week. See, I wanted to give an honorable mention though to Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
Because he had 3 touchdowns, but he only had 104 scrimmage yards.
Yeah.
That's 3 touchdowns, obviously it's going to win you games, but that's not the craziest stat line.
See, the thing about Austin Eckler, too, is I feel like so many of his touchdowns come on, 2-yard runs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get to see the game, so I don't know what actually happened, but just remembering from last year, bro's a touchdown machine, but it was always goal line. Stuff his way in.
Yeah.
He's a tiny
That's
person
why he had
fits through
20
gaps.
touchdowns.
Literally.
But
No,
I was gonna say Austin Eckler when I first saw his 3 touchdowns, and then I saw his statistics, and it said 104 scrimmage yards, and I was like, that's not crazy.
Yeah. If I'm gonna be honest, it's more impressive for a tight end to put up 179 and 2 than for a running back to put up 104 and 3 or whatever.
Yeah. I was gonna give it to Rashard Penny, but then I literally changed it last second before I said the name. And I was like, I'm gonna go TJ Hawkinson.
Gotta love a good winging it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what we're good at. We're goats at the weddle, we're goats at winging it.
Yes. We are I'm gonna be honest, we're goats at podcasts. We're the goats at everything, literally.
Knowing this
Def-
podcast only has 30 subscribers is just like mind blowing because we're so good.
we are ridiculously good. It's gonna keep going up though. It's a consistent process, and we're gonna be on that process. Anyways, defensive player of the week. This was a super close game that we talked about. His performance really, kept the Ravens out of the end zone at the end of the game. Jordan Poyer, 2 picks, 6 tackles, a nice stat game for a safety. Like I said, his last pick literally came at the end of the game. Ravens' last drive, got a pick on Lamar.
Yeah.
Like, that's clutch right there. I'm not going to lie, his coverage was a little suspect, but he made the recovery, and he got his pick. And he got one earlier in the game, too, which I'm sure set up his offense.
Yeah.
But that's if I see a safety get 6 tackles and 2 picks, I'm happy every time.
It's very good. There
Like
was one guy, I don't remember. What was he? Okay, never mind. I was about to I thought he played as well as I thought he did. So never mind. We're just gonna excuse that. I'm stupid.
Oh, see, another dude I was thinking of Von Bell, because he also had a 2-pick game.
Yeah.
But when I was watching that, he was kind of just in the right spot. You know what I mean? Like, he was just sitting there and overthrow right to him. Not very impressive in my eyes.
Yeah, his first pick was an underthrow by Tua.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to force it into Tyreek. And
Yep.
the second one, Gesicki didn't even look.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if you look at the replay in slow mo, he didn't pick it, it hit the ground, but it doesn't matter. I'm not
That's why
mad.
he's not defensive player of the week.
I'm not mad.
Catch the ball.
See, if I was doing defensive player of the week, I would probably give it to Jordan Poyer too, but I want to give a shout out to the safety for the 49ers, Hufanga.
Yeah. He's a dog.
He's really good.
Yes.
He had a pick 6 last night and on a screen. I love those pick 6s when you can see a screen coming and a safety just or a safety or a corner just reads it perfectly and just jumps it.
Yeah.
It's just oh.
Yeah, it is nice. Yeah, no, see, about every week, like last week, Hufanga was in my running for defensive player of the week too. But he just as much of a box safety as he is, he doesn't get enough tackles for me. Okay. He plays in the box a lot. He's been training with Troy Polamalu.
Yeah.
And he's super aggressive down there. He gets his blitzes going, he gets pressures. But I need more tackles, and I definitely need more tackles for loss if he's going to start getting defensive players.
He gets average statistics every week, but then all those statistics are just going to build at the end of the season. He's probably going to be 100%.
No, for sure. I think by the end of the season, I think he also is going to settle into the defense a little more. You know what I mean? He's already really comfortable.
Yeah.
And being comfortable early in the year is only going to lead for him.
Yeah, this is his second year in the league.
Yeah.
I thought he was a rookie.
I don't think he really played last year.
Yeah, that's why I thought he was a rookie.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's going to be an absolute dog coming at the end of the year.
And he has
he'll get a defensive player of the year. He does have a cool name, and he's got crazy hair.
He looks like Troy Polamalu.
He literally does.
Everything about him and Troy Polamalu just makes their last name, their hair, their play style, everything about it is perfect.
Yeah, Polamalu, Hufanga, same name.
They both went to USC.
Yeah. I think that's really all that caught my eye in this week.
There's no games that were went down to the wire. I mean, the Packers had the field goal, but whatever.
Yeah. If I'm gonna be honest, I only watch Packer games so I can call my mom after and talk about the game with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Packer games are not fun to watch anymore.
Yeah, just wait till you get a good receiving core though.
Yes.
Once that's back.
I saw this hilarious meme, bro. And it was after week 1, Sammy Watkins and Randall Cobb were sitting on the bench like this, and it was them debating retiring because they're so washed. I thought that was hilarious. Just wasting Aaron's time. I wish Sammy Watkins would play better. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was gonna have
his
a better
second week.
season.
He had a good year or good week. 93 yards, I think.
Yeah,
but
he's gonna be more consistent with it. You know.
Yeah. After that, it's pretty dead.
Yeah.
This Thursday night, Colts Broncos. I don't know why the Broncos keep getting Thursday night games.
Yes, I mean,
or primetime games in general.
See, the NFL just thought Russ was going to be cooking, like Martha Stewart, Rachel Ray, up in there whipping it, but really he's out there making NyQuil chicken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He is not doing it right
he's
now.
putting extra NyQuil because when I watch him play, I want to go to sleep, man. It's
Literally.
so boring.
It's terrible to watch. I don't know. I just don't see this game being very good at all. I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch it.
I probably will
just
the
for the pod.
Of it.
Yeah. Who do you got winning it though? That's my question.
I don't know, man. This game's pretty boring.
Mm-hmm.
The Colts just lost to the Titans. The Broncos just lost to the Raiders. Mm-hmm. These teams are both pretty trash.
Yeah, those are both struggling teams too in the NFL, and they lost to them. Like, come on.
Not even like struggling for the Raiders. The Raiders were in the dumps.
They were literally just like treading water in the middle of the ocean, terrified. And then all of a sudden, here comes the Broncos, a big life raft.
And just lifted up. Poseidon just picked them up and just pushed them to shore.
Literally, that's everything you could have hoped for as a Raiders fan is beat up on a crappy team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Colts though.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Yeah.
I don't have any trust in Russ anymore. Javonte Williams is out for the season.
Yeah, big hit.
Melvin Gordon has a fumble problem.
Yes. He's got some crazy big arms. I don't know how he doesn't hold on to the football.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just tuck it in and you'll just right over everybody.
He's a big dude. I think what's gonna win it for the Colts though, I think Jonathan Taylor's gonna have a little bit of a day. I'm hoping Bradley Chubb goes crazy for the Broncos. I'm a Chubb fan. I think he's a good pass rusher. But Matt Ryan is not the answer for the Colts. They better hope JT puts up 150. You know what I mean?
Put in Sam Ehlinger.
I think he could be decent.
Sam Ehlinger starter. Put it on Twitter right now.
Put it on Twitter right now. Sam Ehlinger starting.
Kenny Pickett too. He's the starter for the rest of the year.
Yeah, his first pick was not his fault, man.
Yeah, I know. I saw so many people like roasting him on Twitter, and I'm like, if your receiver is 6'4", going against a 5'9" corner, and he barely puts up an effort to go get a high point ball, that's not his fault.
Well, see, it was like a situation too where he actually beat his corner, and so he had a crossing route, like a deep crossing route, and it was coming right to the safety. Safety, not very tall, 5'9", smaller dude, and literally, like when I saw the ball in the air, I was like, this dude's gonna moss this dude. No chance this dude doesn't catch the ball. And all of a sudden, nothing happened.
His hands were like that. He was like,
And then the corner got like the bobble pick. I was like, good throw though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a great throw. He led him perfectly.
Yes, gave his big receiver a chance, and that receiver fumbled the bag.
Chase Claypool, come on, man, be better.
Yeah, and Claypool
he's kind of rated.
Yeah.
He's also giving George Pickens the ball, which I like because George Pickens' drop rate is pretty much not there.
Literally,
he's gonna catch everything.
He's literally gonna catch everything. Like literally, it can be a terrible ball, and he's gonna.
Yeah,
right.
We've already seen him do it.
Yes, when he was talking about like, so that crazy catch, he was like, "Yeah, it was probably like 7th best in my career." I was like, this dude is different than anyone else. You know what I mean? Should we talk about questions? I heard that you got some questions for us to answer.
I did. I went on my Instagrams and I asked people to give us questions.
Oh, wait. I actually got one too. This is a surprise one just for you. My old roommate, Jacob, he hit me up on Instagram and he asked, why did you choose the life of homosexuality? Adrian, the floor.
You sent me that picture. And I was like, I'm not answering that.
Shout out Jacob for being an absolute scumbag.
Yeah, I don't know if he was talking to you or me or the viewers or I don't know.
No, he's just he's different. You know what I mean?
He's a little troll.
But yeah, let's get to the actual questions. I'm curious. I like questions. These are a good time.
I got one from my friend Michael. He said, "Why would the Raiders even beat the Broncos? They are sped."
Oh God. Interesting. Very, very deep question.
Yeah, I mean, we just answered it. The Broncos aren't good. The Raiders also aren't good, but the Raiders are better than the Broncos.
Why can I not find this game? Okay. Let me look at the stats a little bit. Let's see if we can find a little deeper answer. Russ didn't play terribly. Looks like they did not have a run game at all.
No, they did not. I watched it.
So, yeah. That's looking like the biggest problem. Also, the fact that their defense gave up 150 yards rushing to one running back.
Yeah, Josh
That'll
Jacobs
lose you the game.
just like
Yes.
8. Yeah, I think he had 2 touchdowns too.
So if I'm just going to look at this with my microscope, a little football knowledge, if you can't run the ball and the other team can run the ball, about 75% of the time you lose games. Unless you've got a crazy pass offense, you lose games every time if they run the ball on you.
I think the only team that can get away with that, not having more rushing yards than the other team, is the Chiefs.
Yeah, literally.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not going to put up. Yeah. Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Devin Singletary aren't going to put up 100 yards a game.
Yeah,
they'll put up 40, but then Josh Allen and Mahomes they throw for 300 yards.
Exactly, and that's the one time where you can. But at the same time, if your defense is letting them run down like crazy, you're going to lose the game anyways because your quarterback's not going to be on the field to make those plays the whole game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like shortening the game on a good quarterback is the best thing you can do, and that's what the Raiders did. Kudos to them. That's a dub. Yeah. Next question.
How did you be? This is from my mother, by the way. Shout out, Mom.
Shout out, my
Mama
aunt.
Mandy. How did you become Dolphins/Packers fans? So I know she wants me to answer this because my story is embarrassing. But you can go first because yours is more obvious.
Yeah, mine is it's a very deep story. I was born. Lived in Wisconsin my early years.
There it is.
My mother, huge Packer fan. Like my whole childhood, she had this wall of like Green Bay Packers stuff.
It's pretty much a shrine.
Yeah, she would dust it. She would make sure it looks nice, and I just kind of grew into it. I was like, when she'd get mad at the Packers losing, I'd get mad at the Packers losing, and then it kind of got ingrained in my soul that if the Packers aren't doing good, life sucks. So let me hear your story, Adrian.
See, me, I was born and raised in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Yes.
So why in the world would I be in somebody like the team that's in Miami?
Literally.
The furthest away from us. My mom's also a Packers fan. She grew up in Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. My brother's a Packers fan. My sister's a Packers fan. Devin's a Cowboys fan.
Which is weird, but yeah.
I think that was Dino's fault. But me, Miami? What? Here's the story. I hate telling the story, but this is going to have to be ingrained in the show. So you know how there's like different animals, mascots and animals for the teams, okay?
Yep.
I went up to my mom. I was 3 years old. And I've stuck with this, and I hate myself for it. But I've stuck with this. I went up to her and I said, Mom, do bears, like the actual animal, do bears bite? She said, yes. I said, do lions bite? She said, yes. I was naming every single team that had animals in it. Then I said, do dolphins bite? She said, no. I said, I'm a Dolphins fan. And I have stuck with that since I was 3 years old, and I hate myself for it. I could have picked any other team.
You want to know why Dolphins don't bite?
Why?
It's because they're known for giving each other head. And what you don't want to do when you're giving head is bite. That is a big no-no.
Is that why they have a thing called a blowhole?
I hope so. Next question, please.
Next question. What other sports do you get into?
I'm gonna jump out, answer this question real quick because I got one off the top of my head. I'm a big football fan, my favorite sport. Fell in love with it, but recently I've just really enjoyed volleyball. It's like a fun game. I don't really like women's volleyball, if I'm gonna be honest. They just don't jump very high and they don't hit the ball really hard. So, but men's volleyball, it's crazy. Like they jump so high. They set these perfect sets and then they just smack the ball as hard as they can. And it's like in football, like a couple scores is a huge deal. You let up 2 touchdowns, like the game is switching. But in volleyball, there's literally like 50 points in each set. So it's like
Yeah.
they score, it's like, all right, let's get to the next play. And I really like that. I think it's a fun sport too.
Yeah, my Kaylee used to play volleyball, and I'm pretty good at volleyball.
We'll see about that.
Sports, obviously I love football. It's the best sport in the world.
Yes.
I try to play basketball and I try to watch basketball, but it's not as fun as football.
Yeah.
I still know a lot about basketball, not as much as everybody, but not as less as everybody too. I like basketball. I don't watch any basketball games unless it's the playoffs.
Right.
But recently I've been getting into baseball. Some people hate baseball because it's boring. I don't like regular season baseball. I only watch playoff baseball, especially the Dodgers. I'm a Dodgers fan. If we lose again, I'm done with life. But baseball, Brandon plays golf. I've watched a few golf games, or I don't know if they're called games, but a few golf matches, tournaments, PGA, stuff like that. It's crazy how hard these people hit the ball.
It's impressive. It's super impressive everything they do, because it's like if you actually play golf, like getting this tiny ball, you're hitting it with a big metal stick, and you have to place it by the hole. Super difficult, and the fact that they do it consistently is impressive.
Yeah,
I do want to spin back to the baseball thing. I think baseball is a terrible sport. Like I'm being so genuine when I'm saying this right now. I think it's so bad. Like, you just wait there all the time. You know what I mean? If you're a pitcher, you don't really hit. Sometimes they do, not really.
Unless you're Shohei Ohtani. That guy is crazy.
Yeah. No, but it's like, and then the outfielders, they're just standing there. Just standing there the whole game. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, here comes a ball. Catch. I don't know. It's just not entertaining. I think it is cool they can hit the ball when it's going really fast, but
I think hitting a baseball, I think it is very slow paced. Like games can last 4 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, that's why I like football so much, because every single play you have to watch it, because anything can happen.
And it's like there's 11 different battles happening the whole time. In baseball, it's a one-on-one battle until he hits the ball, and then there's other people supporting him. In football, it's like wide receiver, corner, safety, wide receiver, the O-line, the D-line, the quarterback and the safeties, the quarterback and the middle linebacker, the running
coach
back
and coach.
Yeah, the coach and coach. It's like there's so many different like battles happening in one play, and if it goes bad, touchdown.
Yeah.
Goes bad, 10-yard run. It's so fun to watch.
I know.
I like the fast pace.
But I do think hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in any sport.
It does look extremely hard, especially when they're throwing like change ups and stuff like that, where it's like you're like, all right, right down the pipe, then it's gone. Like,
yeah, it's like a slider. It's like it'll come right at you, and you're like, oh, this is right down the middle.
Gone.
And it hits the left bottom, and you're like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do think it is impressive hitting the ball, but I don't think that's enough to redeem the whole sport, in my opinion. I think it's a bottom tier sport. Sorry, Adrian. Love you.
I don't disagree.
Screw your opinion, buddy.
Next question is: are you going to have any guests?
Yeah, Minka Fitzpatrick's coming on. Javon Holland, I know he's gonna be on here.
You got to get in Jordan Poyer now.
Yeah, Jordan Poyer, he's definitely on. I'm pretty much might as well invite every safety, because they're the only people that are going to be getting Defensive Player of the Week. Hufunga, he's coming on. He's coming on. Him and Troy Polamalu together, because they have the same last name, obviously.
Yeah, I do want to get guests out here. Nico, please answer my tweets.
Yeah, ideally we'll get some guests. So I think our first guest is going to come when we can have like a together, like an in-person video. I think having our first guest on in like this little Discord call just wouldn't be as satisfying. You wouldn't get the full experience of it.
Yeah. So, bless you.
Hey, Adrian says bless you. Oh, also, he says shut the fuck up.
I lost my train of thought. Yeah. You would have either you would have to come down here, or have to go up there. We'll definitely get an in-person podcast with the
Yeah, no.
guests.
After the season, I'm gonna be traveling a little bit more. I'm gonna be going down seeing my girl down south. So when I'm down there, I'm gonna be really close to you. So ideally, I'll be able to pop over. We'll be able to record a couple episodes.
Betty. Next question.
Let me hear it.
What is your favorite Sunday football meal?
Sunday
And
football
this
meal.
comes from my sister. Shout out Kaylee.
Interesting. Let me hear yours because let me hear yours.
Because you don't have one. I'd say mine. You can't go wrong with wings, but I don't eat wings every single time. You know, now that I live in this confined area, and I have no money,
that's the big part.
I go in the cupboard and I grab some peanut butter crackers and a granola bar.
Yeah.
But if I'm at my mom's house, most likely I would want to eat spaghetti. But she doesn't always make spaghetti. But if that's my go-to, I'm going to pick spaghetti.
Yeah, I feel like coming from a line of stocky white people, as we both come from, short, not on the tiny side of things. We both like our pastas on game days. My mom also likes to make pasta. I feel like every time I'm over there and the Packer game's gonna come on in an hour, she's like, oh, hold on, I gotta finish this. I'm like, Mom, sit down. She's like, blah, 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 blah. I'm making beef stroganoff or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I sit down and I got my gigantic plate of pasta, and I'm just, you know what I mean? But right now, also being broken in college and in a little dorm, my go-to recently has been bagels or toast with peanut butter on top.
That sounds interesting. I don't like bagels.
Sometimes I eat tuna with mayo too, just for the protein. But yeah, it's tough out here being a football fan in college. Got to eat whatever you can to survive.
Pretty much. Well,
what we got next?
I have one more question. We got to answer this quickly.
Okay.
What player do you admire the most?
Former, current, what are you thinking?
Anybody. It could be all time.
I'm going to go with Charles Woodson.
I was literally about to say that. You freaking scumbag.
You don't get to. No, I'll pick a different one because I've got a lot that I like. Go ahead.
No, I know you like Charles Woodson. I know you like Charles Woodson.
Yeah. Go ahead. You explain why you would pick Charles Woodson.
I would say Charles Woodson because one, I think he's one of my favorite defensive players of all time.
Mm-hmm.
He's my favorite corner of all time.
Yeah.
My mom used to have his jersey. He was the first person that I watched in person, not in person, but like on the TV. He was the first person I watched, and I'm like, wow, this guy's good. Right. I want to learn more about this.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Like, I remember watching him when he joined the Packers, and I was like, this dude, when he was playing corner, locked everybody down. Like it was no other. And then he started playing safety, and he could blitz, and he could cover I don't know. I started watching him. That's how I learned how to be, like, a good defensive player, is I learned about him and, like, what he did, like, his strategies made me a great defensive player. But since you chose Charles, I'm thinking there's so many good players out there. And it's so hard to pick. I think I'm going to go with, Clay Matthews. You know what I mean? Makes sense, track from a Packer fan. But he was so dominant for so long. And the way he could rush the passer was just so, it was poetry. It was so, beautiful. It was a dance. And it always made me want to rush the passer. Growing only to 5'10", didn't really come into fruition. But if I was a 6'4" monster right now, I'd be a defensive end, and I would be throwing dudes, murdering quarterbacks right now just because of Clay Matthews.
It's so weird because, 21-year-old football player who's 5'10", 18-year-old Mexican who's 6 foot. I think I got the wrong genes.
Facts.
Well,
I can jump really high.
He's gonna get on the. He's gonna get.
Oh yeah, I actually hit him up. He sells alcoholic beverages now. He has his own I think it's a whiskey. Don't quote me on that. But we're gonna get drunk on Charles Woodson whiskey, and he's gonna be on here next week.
I like it. Well, is that it?
Just about. Anything going on in life? Anything to talk about?
I gotta go to class. That's what I got.
Yeah, you do better go to class.
Yeah. So
On that note, the subscribe button, it's red, it's beautiful. Press it, like button. It's blue when you click it. You'll find that out when you click it. Comment, ask
follow
us
the
questions.
Instagram. Ask us more
questions.
questions. It doesn't even have to be like every or like when we ask us to. Just do it anyways.
Yeah, just do it anyways, literally. Listen to the Spotify
version.
We want you to listen to Spotify.
It's extended.
Listen to our voice. On that note, I'm down.
I love you guys.
Love you. See
See ya.